9 of 11 from the foul line in the second half. 13 turnovers in the ball game for the total. Braden McNary, the only player in double figures with 19 tonight. 7 of 7 from the line, and no three-pointers tonight, but McNary did a good job again attacking the basket and getting there, finishing up with 19. Good balance, so after that, Lane Holzer had 9, all in the second half. Lucas Lorenz had 9 points, 4 field goals. Struggled at the line tonight, just 1 of 7 from the foul line, but again, didn't matter here this evening. Zach Andera had 8, and Zach Schaefbauer had 7, including the only 2 3-point attempts, or 2 3-point makes that Roncalli had tonight. Just 2 off the bench for Roncalli. Landon Haline, a late steal and a lay-in at the other end. Greg Zenz, Daniel Holmstrom, Sam Reinen see a lot of time here tonight. And again, the Cavaliers improved to 12-2 with the win. We're joined by Todd Neuendorf, and again, Coach, tough stretch of games comes to an end, and we'd like to know what was in the water at halftime. I know you were late coming out, so I imagine it was a little bit of a fired-up speech you probably gave them.
Well, they don't have a whiteboard in there, so if that gives you anything. There's not a whiteboard to draw anything up. But I thought it was, before the game started, I thought we were a little too loosey-goosey in the locker room. I didn't think we were ready to go, and I thought that showed. Lucas is an excellent foul shooter, and I'm not making excuses for Lucas, but he has had a tough weekend. I mean, we rode him pretty hard on Friday night. He didn't get many breaks. Then he played so hard on Saturday, and you could just see, it was hitting the front of the rim as he was shooting it, and that's legs, and so we're going to give our guys a day off tomorrow. We're not going to do anything. I just think they need I know we had yesterday off. They just need a day to rest and get their bearings and get away from basketball. But, we picked it up defensively. We gave them 2 points in the third quarter, and it came on Jaden Everson diving on a hustle play. And you can't fault a kid for doing that. They go down and hit 2 free throws, and then we give up 8 more in the fourth, so a total of 10 points in the second half. And happy with that. Not happy with the way we started. Right. And I'm not making excuses. I don't know what that was about, but we just didn't start the basketball game. But that's a lesson that you got to learn, and you learn those things, and you're fortunate enough to win and still learn that lesson. And I told them afterwards, we should have a good memory of that, because that was the first half of our state tournament game.
Yep, against Mobridge.
Yes, that was the first half of that game, and that one bit us. Yeah, and we were fortunate tonight to weather that and come back and finish strong in the second half.
Well, it's a nice win, and again, that defense just does create the offense. I mean, I had you for 5 turnovers like in the first 4 minutes, and boom, those lead to 10 quick points, and you were off and going. It just took a while to find that gear.
Yeah, it did, and I mean, we got after them a little bit at halftime and just had to kind of let a fire under them, because we were worried about stuff. We were worried about stuff we can't worry about. We got to worry about ourselves, and that was our main focus of halftime, was quit worrying about everybody else, quit worrying about their mistakes, quit worrying about the refereeing, quit worrying about there was none of that was, we worry too much about that. We got to start worrying about ourselves, take care of our own business, and once we start taking care of our own business, then we play better basketball.
Absolutely, and again, it's a marathon, not a sprint as the season goes, and lessons are learned along the way. So I guess off tomorrow, and just one game here this week. It's Millbank on Friday, and finally get to have one at home for the first time in a month.
That's kind of funny, huh?
Isn't it, though?
When I knew we had 5 home games, I knew it wasn't going to be a lot of home games. But when you take a month off, right? I mean, last time we were there, I mean, this ought to be homecoming. There ought to be like a parade, something, because we haven't been there. But it'll be good to be back home, and one ball game. That'll be kind of nice, and I think the kids are, it's a hard stretch, but it's a stretch that we like, because it kind of simulates the postseason. It simulates how you're going to have to play back to back to back, and it's tiring right now. But everyone talks about how tiring it is right now, and they don't talk about that when you're in the state tournament, because it's just as tiring. The only difference is you're riding back and forth, but the kids, They don't drive. They're sleeping with their headphones on or tweeting or texting or whatever they're doing. But so all said and said, this really kind of prepares us for the postseason, and it's a tough stretch. Come out of it 2-3. That's or 2-1. That's pretty good. And so we'll get ready for a conference game on Friday with Millbank, and we'll practice late on Wednesday night because of conferences. So. We'll be ready to roll for Millbank.
All right. Well, have a safe trip back home. Thanks much for all the time this weekend, and we'll see you on Friday.
Yeah. Congratulations to you and your Seahawks.
My Dirty Birds did well, yes. Thank you very much.
Yep.
I can feel the heartfelt emotion.
Yeah, their defense is probably the second best defense behind the 85 Bears.
We'll take that. I'm just glad yesterday was a win for sure.
All right. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, Todd. Todd Neuendorf, head coach of the Cavaliers. Again, a clean sweep for Roncalli here today, winning the C and JV games handily. And again, a big second half here tonight. And Roncalli comes away with a 54-32 victory, improving to 12-2 on the season. Our thanks to you for listening, our sponsors who make the broadcast possible, and of course you for listening. Scott back at the station as well. Scott Solberg signing off from Miller. We will be back with Cavalier basketball Friday night right here on Pheasant Country 103.